Hello, that's right, Nick Dutch here yet again, and just a quick rundown of my attitudes towards religion. This was stimulated as a result of watching a video by a prominent atheist here on YouTube. Firstly, my attitude is maybe take God out of religion. It doesn't matter whether God does exist or God does not exist, or whether God is a man sitting on a cloud, or whether God is a concept. If we are to consider God as a literalist thing, then as in, a entity which exists and sits on a cloud somewhere, then we're being bloody stupid. One of my ideas is, what if God doesn't exist, but finding God, namely finding the state of mind which is associated with religious experience, is still important, because in that particular state of mind you can more readily insert or remove various concepts, ideas, or behavioral patterns from your own mind. Maybe that's essentially what this all should be about. Maybe religion should be about a form of do-it-yourself psychotherapy rather than anything else. Does finding God really give life meaning? Well, basically the short answer to that would be no, because people make it up as they go along. And if you feel that there is one singular reason to live, then basically I find that incredibly shallow indeed. There's living, breathing, eating, making friends, having time with your family, just the pleasure of life, having a good meal, for instance. These little things like that can make life worthwhile and give it meaning. Maybe the search for this state of mind that you call finding God could actually help you in some manner, or possibly not. It is almost impossible to say with any real concrete or absolute. Is personal development a purpose to life? Bottom line, no. That's just the same as saying, why don't we just see the search for God as being the one and only reason to live? It's blooming pathetic. You are a complex organic creature with a complex organic brain. As a result of that, there is not one singular reason to live, whether it is personal self-development or not. Should personal self-development be thrown out of the equation? Basically, no. It is important and mentally healthy to carry on growing. Regular religion doesn't typically provide that, although there is some self-developmental aspects to regular religion of any type, be it New Age or traditional, shall we call it. Does New Age religion provide this in particular? Bottom line, no. The way that New Age religion seems to operate and or is set up, forgive me, I've got a terrible cold, is again much more theistic, literalist orientated. There are so many people who are going around saying that there's only some ways in which you can address the god and the goddess. For instance, there's only some times of the day, week, month, or year in which you're allowed to do certain rituals, and you're only allowed to do them in certain ways because that's what tradition says, and you don't want to upset the god and the goddess, do you? There's too much theological literalism in the New Age movement itself. I don't think that there is enough personal self-development in New Age religion. If there was, then essentially your first degree, second degree, and third degree of Wicca would in fact be basically a degree level course in psychology and psychodynamic or psychoanalytical theory, as well as counseling theory and practice. Unfortunately, it is not. It is more literalist orientated, and encouraging people to try and see limited results as being the proof positive, which I think is not good enough, especially as these people also talk about science and art of change in conformity with the will, including the word science there, okay, so that implies a certain depth of thought which people within New Age religion, full stop, do not apply. So there's either a need to turn psychology into a religion, so to speak, or turn religion into psychology. I think. At the moment, anyway. Okay. Yeah, religion shouldn't run your life. I think it was Chris 3325 or the guy who's on the Chris3325 YouTube channel who said that, you know, we don't want fairy tales to run our lives. Well, stories of some sort will always run your life, or will have an influence upon your life. Such as when your nation celebrates the end of a war or the beginning of a war or conflicts with some variety of annual festival that is having a story having a direct impact upon your life, no matter whether the story or the telling of the story is true or not. You can't completely escape stories affecting your life, but there's got to be more analysis and understanding and thought within religion. And also, who has got the right to teach people superstitious literalism as facts? That's a big issue. There are some people who think, well, because that person is young, I'm not going to tell them that we get involved in religious meetings to hold a community together. No, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is say that God is real, Jesus Christ is real, Jesus Christ and God and the Holy Ghost are all the same, and all the land animals did fit onto one boat during a rather bad meteorological event. You know, who's got the right to do this? I mean, some people say that kids or, you know, young people cannot understand the importance of celebration or, you know, getting together in a group. I think that's bullshit. I think that older people deliberately try and dumb down younger people because the older people are concerned that the younger people may possibly overtake them in some manner in the future. And so it's a question of intellectual and moral suppression rather than intellectual and moral advancement. Okay, well, that's just a few of my ideas. Now, as far as the idea of you know, this finding God is really important, well, I've had a state of mind which could be regarded as a feeling of the presence of God, and yes, it does seem to kind of like defy reason, and it's very pleasant. It's an interesting state of mind. It certainly does not prove the existence of God, and nor is it, or could it be regarded as true and right. It's just an experience. It was a very good experience and a very pleasant experience, but it was just an experience. And I think we got to start seeing this in a rational light. This experience has not been studied properly by proper scientists, so all I can do is speculate as to its various uses. Alright, my name is Nick Dutch, and that's my opinion as of today. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.